This is the latest project by Michael Winterbottom, who's done a whole lot of stuff previously, but I'm mainly familiar with the Trip series he's done with Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon. And I don't think those are phenomenal or anything, but I've still enjoyed them. I think they're just light, fun entertainment. Nothing too serious, but still fun. And in this one he once again teams up with Steve Coogan, who plays a fashion mogul. And the IMDb description just says, a satire about the world of the super rich. Now that's the kind of description I like, short and concise and doesn't give anything away. And to me this sounded like a winning recipe, however, unfortunately the end result wasn't great. In fact, almost immediately it felt a little bit scattered and all over the place. Because like 5 minutes in and we had already been introduced to like 4 different timelines. It just kept jumping around and didn't seem to be able to stay focused on any one thing. And it took a while to settle in and really get going, but once it did get going, it wasn't difficult to follow and it turned out to be kinda simple. It was just made out to be way more complex than it actually was. Because the story here is basically twofold. In the background we have this huge extravagant birthday party in Greece that they're planning for. That's sort of the current day timeline, but in between we also get to see the life story of this mogul, billionaire guy. Basically the story of how he got to where he is and what made him successful. And that part is told through a series of interviews that his official biographer is doing with different people. However, this is not your typical rags to riches story, which could have been interesting. It's actually more of a riches to more riches story, which makes it a lot less intriguing. And because the main guy is a bit of an insufferable douchebag, you can't really root for him either. So I'm not really sure who you're supposed to root for here, or what was supposed to keep one entertained about this. I'm guessing it was mostly relying on the comedy to get by, because the drama definitely isn't that compelling. But the problem is that most of the comedy fell flat as well, but it wasn't all bad. There were definitely some funny moments in there too. The James Blunt bit comes to mind. I thought that one was just hilarious for some reason. He was just perfect in this. And some of the reality TV stuff going on was kind of funny too, to be honest. Because yeah, they're also shooting a reality TV show while all of this other stuff is going on. Because why not? Which is another thing that just adds to the messiness of it and makes it feel even less focused. But as I said, some of that did provide a couple of laughs, so I can't hate on it too much. And overall, I don't think this movie is a disaster exactly, but it's definitely not very good either. And the fact that it decided it wanted to get serious toward the end too didn't help. Like it just wanted to start cramming in some social commentary in there for some reason, which just came across as awkward and tone deaf in the context of the rest of the movie. And I do get what they were trying to do there, but I don't think they necessarily succeeded. They wanted to show that a lot of billionaires make their money by exploiting the less fortunate. Which really isn't a black and white issue, it's a lot more complex than that. And if you really want to take that subject on, then you need to spend a whole lot more time on that in your movie. Instead of just basically pointing to it and going, look, here's the thing that's going on. So yeah, I don't think that worked, and I don't think the movie as a whole really worked either. I mean, I didn't hate it. It had some redeeming moments, but for the most part it just didn't hit the mark. However, would I recommend it? Not really, but I've seen far worse too. So maybe skip it, maybe give it a peek, or do whatever you feel like, because after all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you'd like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.